They call it a monster bash, and it's the brainchild of this man, Willie Nelson. That's Willie with a Y, not an I-E. The idea behind the one-day outing is to help bring the community closer together. One part of the evening-long festivities is the burning of the monster. It signifies the end of school for the kids and the start of summer and vacation time.
And it's a good thing for the kids to relieve their frustrations, if any, after school, and they can burn their books if they like, you know. And it's like a get-togethering for a lot of the kids in the vicinity. It's just a place to dance and have a good time and party. You know, because school's let out and there's nothing happening other than this, you know, the 4th of July. And so it's a good place for people to get together and get loose.
The 10-foot-tall three-eyed monster is made of wax, burlap, chicken wire, wood, and copper wire. Making wax figures is nothing new for Nelson. He's made them before and will continue to do so.
So year before last, I built one right over here, and he was 42.5 feet tall. Had to hire a crane to stand him up, and he burned. And the ones I did in the past had limited movement, like the arms. This one, his head moves in all directions, and his voice simulated. It appears as though he's really talking, and his fingers will move, and his arms will move when he's burning.
The burning of items dates back hundreds of years, but it's all for fun in Maberly.
In fact, I think they did it in England, you know, and maybe still doing it in England in the early 14th, 15th century. They burned similar things on stakes. The reasons, I was told, was to maybe rid evil spirits of little villages and things. That's not the case here.
Mike Postovitz, CKWS News, Maberly.
It's Willie Nelson's Maberly Monster Bash, rocking to the music of The Shock, a promising new group from Perth. Willie and Veronica were married on Halloween in a mock ceremony 3 years ago. Tonight, they're celebrating their anniversary. Now, here's a good look at Willie's latest and greatest creation, a 20-foot-high monster of wax over burlap. People came by the hundreds to Doug Bucher's farm just outside Maberly at $5 a throw to take part in the madness. By the way, I asked Willie if he was a little crazy. He said, yes, I think we're all a little crazy, but it's the crazy people that make life interesting. Well, ain't that the truth?
Willie was working in his shop late one night on a creature of wax 20 feet high, when suddenly a vision materialized. He'd have a party and set the creature on fire, so he held a bash. A monster bash, what a splash. It was a Maberly smash, the monster bash. It caught on in a flash, the monster bash. It was monstrous madness, ghoulish old ladies and horrible old men, long-nosed witches, even Dracula came. They danced and they drank well into the night, when Willie cried suddenly, does anyone have a light? Up the ladder with his gasoline can, Willie scaled his monster and soaked it with gas, as the ghouls and goblins stood in awe all around. Willie came down, and when he hit the ground, he lit a match. The congregation gasped. He lit another match. It caught on in a flash. Old Willie laughed as the flames slowly rose, till suddenly the monster appeared to explode, and a cheer erupted from everyone's throat as the great wax monster quivered and shook. They all shook hands and they drank more beer. Don't you wish that you had been there? Willie, tell me, is it true what I hear? You're building a 35-foot monster next year. Has Willie gone mad, or has he started a fad? Will we all be burning monsters this time next year, having a bash? A monster bash, having a splash, like the Maberly smash. Igor, bring me some wax. We're going to the monster bash. Remember, Igor, don't forget the gas. Quickly now, give me more wax. No, no, Igor, don't eat the wax. We need it for the Maberly Monster Bash. Igor! Igor! Bring back my wax, Igor! Come back, Igor! Igor, bring me back!
As is often the case in life, things are not always what they appear to be. For example, you may think you're listening to a pumpkin head, when in fact, you're listening
to me. Now, mind you, I've been called worse in my life than Pumpkinhead. So much for Country Report's Halloween Madness. I've had a lot of fun doing it. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And, by the way, come Halloween,
beware of wax monsters, the Witch of Plum Hollow, pumpkins, and me.
Don't you wish that you had been there? Willie, tell me, is it true what I hear? You're building a 35-foot monster next year. Has Willie gone mad, or has he started a fad? Will we all be burning monsters this time next year, having a bash? A monster bash, having a splash, like the Maberly Smash. Igor, bring me some wax. We're going to the Monster Bash. Remember, Igor, don't forget the gas. Quickly now, give me more wax. No, no, Igor, don't eat the wax. We need it for the Maberly Monster Bash. Igor!